Imagine someone walks up to you and says, Bonjour, comment vous appelez-vous? Do you freeze or you answer like a pro? In this video, I will show you how to introduce yourself and ask anyone in French about their name, nationality, age, where they live, and the languages they speak. Okay? Bonjour à tous. Welcome back to Learn French with Rose. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any lesson. Let's head right into today's lesson. Okay? Today we are going to be asking questions relating to what we learned the last time. I told you, right? Okay, so just like I taught you the last time, I told you that there are two ways to introduce yourself in French, the formal and the informal way. The same thing is applicable, or it applies to this particular lesson. To these questions we are going to be asking, that same rule applies to it. All right? So the number one question here on our list is, what is your name? What is your name? And to ask what is your name in French, in an informal way, you will say, Comment tu t'appelles? Comment tu t'appelles? What is your name? Comment tu t'appelles? Comment tu t'appelles? Comment tu t'appelles? What is your name? To ask the same question in a formal way, you say, Comment vous appelez-vous? Comment vous appelez-vous? Comment vous appelez-vous? All right? And to answer this question, the two of them, to answer it, all you just have to say is, Je m'appelle, then you add your name. Right? It means, my name is, you add your name. For example, my name is what? Rose. So I'll say, Je m'appelle Rose. Je m'appelle Rose. My name is Rose. Number two is, what is your nationality? What is your nationality? To ask what is your nationality in French, in an informal way, you say, quelle est ta nationalité? Quelle est ta nationalité? Quelle est ta nationalité? To ask the same question in a formal way, you say, quelle est votre nationalité? Quelle est votre nationalité? Quelle est votre nationalité? Quelle est votre nationalité? All right? It means, what is your nationality? Okay? Now, to answer this question, I taught you the last time, since I'm a lady, I'm a female, I'll say, Je suis Nigerian. And that is because I am a Nigerian. Je suis Nigerian. Okay? If you are a Beninois, I can say, Je suis Beninoise. Alright? Just because I'm a Nigerian, I'm going to say, Je suis Nigerian. And that is because I'm a lady. If you are a man, if you are a male, you say, Je suis Nigerian. Je suis Nigerian. Alright? And that means I am Nigerian. The next question is, how old are you? How old are you? To ask how old are you in French, in an informal way, you say, Tu as quel âge? Tu as quel âge? Tu as quel âge? Tu as quel âge? All right? So that is how you ask, how old are you, in an informal way in French. To ask the same question in a formal way, you say, Vous avez quel âge? Vous avez quel âge? Meaning the same thing. How old are you? Now, to answer this same question, all you have to do is, you say, J'ai 20 ans. That is, if you are 20 years old, you say, J'ai 20 ans, which means I am 20 years old. All right? The next one is, where do you live? Where do you live? Okay? To ask where do you live in French, in an informal way, you say, Tu habites où? Tu habites où? Tu habites où? Tu habites où? All right? Where do you live? To ask the same question in a formal way, you say, Vous habitez où? Vous habitez où? Where do you live? In a formal way, all right? And to answer this question, you say, J'habite à Onitsha. That is if you live in Onitsha. You can say j'habite à Lagos. That is if you live in Lagos. J'habite à Badagry. That is if you live in Badagry. Wherever you live, you can add that. All right? So that is how you answer the question. The next one is, that's the last one. What languages do you speak? What languages do you speak? To answer this question in French, you say, tu parles quelle langue? Tu parles quelle langue? Alright? Tu parles quelle langue? That is how you ask this question in an informal way in French. Tu parles quelle langue? What languages do you speak? Now, to ask this question in a formal way, alright, you say, vous parlez quelle langue? Vous parlez quelle langue? Vous parlez quelle langue? Okay? So, you're going to practice this over and over again so you don't miss anything. And always ask questions wherever you misunderstand anything. I will be more than happy to answer you. All right? Bonjour. Have a great day.